Well, hey everybody, welcome back to my guitar and gear page. I'm Sam, nice to meet you. Thanks for hanging out with me here today. So I haven't done a video on this page almost in 3 years. Life has gotten pretty busy and hectic. I've had a few things going on with my kids that I've had to really dial in. But I've been pretty consistent over on my Instagram page. And so if you've been following me there, thanks a lot for that. And if you're new to the page, like, subscribe, do all those kind of things. It really helps me out on this channel. But I review gear, I play, go over guitar stuff, all that kind of stuff here. And so what I want to do today is I wanted to talk about a pedal that's made its way onto my pedal board, and it's been, it stayed there for a while. And it's this pedal right here. It's the Super BadA Distortion by MXR. I used to have a Boss distortion pedal on my board, and this beat it out. And the reason it beat it out is because this one has a beautiful 3-band EQ, lows, mids, and highs. It has a really great mid control on the EQ. The other reason why I think it's so awesome is because this pedal, the output on it is incredible. One of the downsides of my Boss DS1, and really Boss DS1s, I think up until like the beginning, like the beginning runs of the DS1 were different. But at a certain point, I want to say like 95-ish, somewhere around there, the DS1's output level started going down and down and down. And the recent ones especially, you got to crank the output all the way up even to match unity gain on some of it. And so this is not that way. Look where I have my output set. It's like at a quarter of the way up, and it's too loud at a quarter of the way up. And it has plenty of gain on tap. And so I want to review and talk about this pedal, but what I want to do, this is why I really want to do this video. I use this for my my Les Paul, humbucker style guitars, but recently I've been using my Telecaster with this, and I have discovered a new love for my Telecaster pickups going into this pedal. It is an incredible sound, and I want to show it to you. All right, and then so we'll go do that, and then we'll talk at the end of the video. Well, hey, before we get too far into the video, I just want to show you a couple things, so for some context. Okay, so first off, we're going to be using the Vox AC15, and I'm going to be recording it with an SM57 straight into the interface for the computer, and then I'm going to be using my Squier Custom 60s Classic Vibe Telecaster. And before I forget, we're going to be running the Super BadA Distortion through my entire effects pedal loop here, our effects board, and I'm going to probably put on some delay and some reverb on it as well to kind of make it not sound so dry. But I'll definitely do just the regular MXR first, and then add my estimation, what makes the Super BadA distortion awesome is not only that it has tons of gain no matter what kind of guitar you use, but the output level is ridiculous. I never raise the output level above that. That is how loud it is, just there. But what I think makes it amazing is its 3-band EQ. It's got a really rich distortion. It has that really hard clipping rich distortion. So it does sound a lot like a Marshall amp cranked up, but the EQ is the secret to this thing. And when you use the EQ well, you'll really be able to cut through a mix. You'll be able to throw a lot of bass in there. It's really tricky with a Vox AC15, or even I have a Blues Junior back here because they're smaller amps. They're a little boxier on their sound. And so if you want to get the bass up really cranking, it doesn't really chug with these amps because they just don't have a lot of bottom end. But the mids and the highs on these amps and the sparkle of these amps is great. And so the Telecaster with this pedal really was a good pair into this amplifier. If I had like a bigger amp, like a Marshall, then I probably would have used my Les Paul and cranked the bass up a little more and got it to really thump. But I just didn't have that available to me today. So you go with what you have and you try to make the best sounds with what you got. And this has become one of those pedals that I just love to use, pairing with a lot of my other distortions, a lot of my other overdrives also. It pairs really well with tube screamers. It pairs really well with clean, kind of transparent kind of overdrives. And so this is a great pedal. It's pretty inexpensive. I think this is like 130 bucks, something like that. It might be more now. When I bought it back in the day, it was about that. But with inflation, who knows what pedals are costing nowadays. Haven't really been in the market for a lot of pedals lately because I've got the ones I like. And so if you're looking for a good distortion pedal, maybe you have more of a budget-friendly distortion pedal, like even more than this, and you're looking for something that's going to be a little bit easier to control and has a lot more versatility to it, don't overlook this bad boy. Don't sleep on this one. This is a good one. Yeah. Thanks for watching the video. Like, subscribe, please. It will really help out my channel. I'm hoping to make a lot more content coming up on YouTube. But until then, thanks for hanging out with me.